Kim. Victoria Cattrall is an English-Canadian actress. She is known for her role as Samantha Jones in the HBO romantic comedy series Sex and the City, for which she won a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress in 2003. Cattrall made her film debut by appearing in Otto Preminger's 1975 film Rosebud. Films she has since starred in include Porky's, Police Academy, Big Trouble in Little China, Mannequin, Masquerade, Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, Sex and the City, the movie and Sex and the City 2. For her role in the TV series of Sex and the City, she received 5 Emmy Award nominations, 4 Golden Globe Award nominations and won 2 Ensemble Screen Actors Guild Awards, shared with her co-stars Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon and Kristin Davis. Having made her Broadway debut in 1986 in Wild Honey, she returned in 2011 to star in a revival of Private Lives. Her other stage roles include Cleopatra in Antony and Cleopatra at the Liverpool Playhouse in 2010 and Alexandra Del Lago in Sweet Bird of Youth at the Old Vic, London in 2013. In 2005, TV Guide ranked Cattrall number 8 on its 50 Sexiest Stars of All Time list. Early life: Cattrall was born in Moseley Hill, Liverpool, Lancashire. Her mother, Gladys Shane, was a secretary, and her father, Dennis Cattrall, was a construction engineer. When she was 3 months old, her family emigrated to the Canadian city of Courtenay in British Columbia. At 11 she returned to England when her grandmother became ill. She took a number of acting examinations with the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, before returning to Canada at age 16 to finish high school. Career: Cattrall began her career after graduating from high school in 1972, when she left Canada for New York City. There, she attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and upon her graduation signed a 5-year film deal with director Otto Preminger. She made her film debut in Preminger's Rosebud in 1975. A year later Universal Studios bought out that contract and Cattrall became one of the last participants in the contract player system of Universal before the system ended in 1980. The Universal Systems representative in New York, Eleanor Kilglen, cast Cattrall in numerous TV guest star roles. One of the first jobs Kilglen got her was in a 1977 episode of Quincy, Emmy starring Jack Klugman, whom Kilglen also represented. In 1978, Cattrall played the female lead in a 2-hour episode of Columbo and also in Blindfold, one episode of the 1970s TV series Starsky and Hutch, in which Starsky is grief-stricken since he accidentally blinded young artist Emily Harris in her role by a shot of his gun. She starred in The Bastard and the Rebels, 2 television mini-series based on the John Jakes novels of the same NMES. In 1979 she played the role of Dr. Gabrielle White in The Incredible Hulk and would go down in TV Hulk lore as one of the few characters who knew David Banner was alive and was the creature. Her work in television paid off and she quickly made the transition to cinema. She starred opposite Jack Lemmon in his Oscar-nominated film Tribute in 1980, and in Crossbar, the film about a high jumper who loses his leg and still participates in the Olympic trials, with Cattrall's help. The following year, she starred in the critically acclaimed Ticket to Heaven. In 1982 Cattrall played PE teacher Miss Honeywell in Porky's, followed 2 years later by a role in the original Police Academy. In 1985 she starred in 3 films, Turk 182, City Limits and Hold Up, the last with French star Jean-Paul Belmondo. In 1986, she played Kurt Russell's brainy flame in the action film Big Trouble in Little China. In 1987, her lead role in Mannequin proved a huge success with audiences. One of her best-known film roles is that of Lieutenant Valrus in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Cattrall assisted in developing the character by designing her own hairstyle and even helped come up with the name. Near the end of filming, Cattrall had a photographer shoot a roll of film on the Enterprise bridge set, in which she wore nothing but her Vulcan ears. After finding out about the unauthorized photo session, Leonard Nimoy had the film destroyed. Aside from her film work, Cattrall is also a stage actress, with performances in Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge and Anton Chekhov's Three Sisters and Wild Honey to her credit. In 1997, She was cast in Sex and the City, Darren Star's series which was broadcast on HBO. As Samantha Jones, Cattrall gained international recognition. She capitalized on her success by appearing in steamy television commercials promoting Pepsi One. She also signed a publishing deal to write a book about sex with her third husband, Mark Levinson. In addition, she can be heard reading the poetry of Rupert Brooke on the CD Red Rose Music Essay CD Sampler Volume 1. Her film work continued during Sex and the City when she appeared in the film, Crossroads. Sex and the City ended as a weekly series in spring 2004 with 10.6 million viewers. Cattrall reprised the role of Samantha Jones in the Sex and the City film, released on May 30, 2008. She also appeared in the sequel released in May 2010. She was nominated for 5 Emmy Awards for her role in the show. In 2005, she appeared in the Disney film Ice Princess, in which she played ice skating coach Tina Harwood of the film's lead character. She portrayed Claire, a paralyzed woman who wants to die, in the West End drama revival of Whose Life Is It Anyway? In October 2006, she appeared in a West End production of David Mamet's The Cryptogram at the Donmar Warehouse in London. Since late 2005, she has appeared in a number of British television commercials for Tiddly Tea. In July 2006, a commercial for Nissan cars, which featured Cattrall as Samantha Jones, was withdrawn from New Zealand television, apparently because of complaints about its innuendo. In 2006, she starred alongside Brendan Gleeson in John Boorman's 2006 film The Tiger's Tale, a black comedy that focuses on the impact of the Celtic tiger economy on Irish people. On ITV, she starred alongside David Haig, Daniel Radcliffe and Carey Mulligan in My Boy Jack, the story of author Rudyard Kipling's search for his son lost in the First World War. In early 2009, Kim Cattrall played Amelia Blee in Roman Polanski's well-received The Ghost Writer, which was released in 2010. On June 16, 2009, it was announced that Cattrall would receive a star on Canada's Walk of Fame in Toronto. The induction ceremony was held on September 12, 2009. In November 2009, whilst filming Sex and the City 2 in Marrakech, Morocco, she took part in a seminar, being directed with director John Boorman as part of the third edition of the Arts in Marrakech Festival. On February 24, 2010, Cattrall began a critically acclaimed run in the West End of London at the Vaudeville Theatre as leading Lady Amanda, opposite Matthew Macfadyen, almost 20 years her junior, in a revival of Noel Coward's play Private Lives. She performed until May 3, 2010. In the same year, Cattrall starred as Gloria Scabarrus in the critically acclaimed Channel 4 adaptation of William Boyd's novel Any Human Heart. Cattrall played Cleopatra in a production of Antony and Cleopatra, directed by Janet Sussman, opposite Geoffrey Cassoon as Antony, in Liverpool at the Playhouse in October 2010, with a subsequent revival at Chichester Festival Theatre in September 2012. In 2010, Cattrall was named an honorary Fellow of Liverpool John Moores University in recognition of her contributions to the dramatic arts. In 2011, Cattrall reprised her role as Amanda in a production of Noel Coward's Private Lives opposite Canadian actor Paul Gross in Toronto, Canada and on Broadway. That year, Cattrall also appeared in Uptown Downstairs Abbey, the comic relief parody of the critically acclaimed historical television dramas Downton Abbey and Upstairs, Downstairs. Playing Lady Grantham, she starred alongside Jennifer Saunders, Joanna Lumley, Victoria Wood, Harry Enfield, Patrick Barlow, Dale Winton, Olivia Colman, Tim Vine, Simon Callow, Michael Gambon and Harry Hill. From June to August 2013, Cattrall is scheduled to star in the Old Vics production of Tennessee Williams's Sweet Bird of Youth, directed by Olivier Award winner Marianne Elliott. Personal life. Cattrall has been married 3 times. Her 1977–1979 marriage to Larry Davis was annulled. Her second marriage was from 1982 to 1989 to Andre J. Lyson, with whom she lived in Frankfurt and learned to speak German fluently, but admits she has forgotten a lot over the years. From 1998 to 2004 she was married to audio designer and jazz bassist, Mark Levinson. The two co-wrote the 2002 book Satisfaction, The Art of the Female Orgasm. Cattrall also has been linked with former Canadian Prime Minister, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, actor Daniel Beanzorley, musician Gerald Casale of the new wave group Devo, French public intellectual Bernard-Henri La Copyright v. and her Whose Life Is It Anyway? Co-star, Alexander Siddig. She currently lives in New York and in an East Hampton, New York, waterfront home. In 2007, Cattrall revealed that in December 1988 she had been booked on Pan Am Flight 103, the aeroplane which crashed in Lockerbie, Scotland, after a terrorist bomb was detonated during the flight. She cancelled her booking on the flight at the last minute to complete some Christmas shopping in London. She holds dual British and Canadian citizenship. In a 2011 interview on the Canadian radio show Q, Cattrall stated that reports that she became a U.S. citizen in 2008 are incorrect. In a 2010 interview with British journalist Sophie Grimshaw, Cattrall also stated, "ETA unregistered trademark has been falsely reported on the net many times that I became an American citizen, which I have not. I love America, I love New York, but I will never give up who I am. ETA unregistered trademark am not an American." In August 2009, Cattrall took part in the BBC One documentary series Who Do You Think You Are?, where she discovered some uncomfortable facts about her grandfather, George Bohr, who disappeared in 1938, having abandoned his family including Cattrall's then 8-year-old mother and 2 younger sisters. Turned out to have bigamously married his new wife, Isabella Oliver, the following year in Tudhoe, County Durham, and subsequently had another 4 children. She was told that in 1961 he emigrated to Australia, where he became a postmaster, retiring in 1972 and dying in Sydney in 1974. Cattrall's mother and aunts had known nothing of their father's life after he left until they heard What the, Who Do You Think You Are? Researchers had discovered, nor had the family previously seen a clear photograph of him. An edited version of the episode was later shown as a part of the US series of the same name. Cattrall is an avid supporter of Liverpool FC, filmography, awards and nominations, references. External links: Kim Cattrall at the Internet Movie Database, Kim Cattrall at the Internet Broadway Database, Kim Cattrall at the TCM Movie Database, Kim Cattrall at AllMovie, Kim Cattrall at BFI Film and TV Database, Kim Cattrall at Emmys.com.